This is a Glass Box Media podcast.
Welcome to My Worst Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
And this is your shorty for the month of June.
July.
That's what I said. I don't know where I'm at.
None of
Never
us
do.
None of us do. This year is going by in lightning speed.
Why did I
really
think
is.
this was June's one? I'm so confused.
I don't know. We're at the end of June right now.
Oh, Eve.
So it can't be.
Wow. How is this happening?
Yeah.
I don't understand. The days just keep going. And
Listen, time is made up.
it's
Nothing
true. Flat
is real.
circle.
Who cares?
Yeah, we're literally like, so it's the end of June.
End of times. I thought
Yeah.
you were going to say the end
well,
of times.
Also that end stage capitalism.
man.
You know.
Speaking of, can we please talk about the potential cage match
I can't
between
wait.
Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg?
Dude, these billionaires be wilding
They're
out.
losing the plot in a real way. And like I don't like watching cage matches, especially for some reason. Like
No,
I don't really
I
like
don't-
watching fights.
I don't like boxing. I don't like
No.
I get
Upsets
I'm
me.
too empathetic.
Yeah,
I
it
can
upsets me.
almost feel it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I really
It's
don't like
gross.
it. However, would I pop the popcorn to watch this shit?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Immediately. Oh my God.
Dude, I have to think that Elon Musk would get fucking obliterated because
You
Mark
would think.
Zuckerberg's one of those weird jujitsu.
Yeah, you would think,
dudes.
except for
That
the
would
fact
be
that Elon
hilarious.
is so much bigger than him. That's the only advantage I can think that Elon would have over Mark Zuckerberg, because Mark Zuckerberg, yeah, he's one of those fucking robot fighter people, you know, and he has an inferiority complex, and
Yes.
I feel like he's probably been bullied before. So I
Yeah.
feel like he's
He's
got
been dreaming
some,
of this moment his
Right.
whole life. He's like, I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah. Whereas
All
Elon's been
my
rich
life.
his whole life.
Yeah.
So, you know, a guy who grew up with emeralds in his pocket probably
Yeah.
hasn't,
He
you know.
seems
He's
soft.
never
Yeah.
he's never had to fight for anything.
No, never. He's
Never.
never been in a physical fight, I
I-
don't think, ever in his life. So I would put my money on Zuckerberg. I just love how this whole thing went down, because it was like a tweet and then Mark
Well, who
Zuckerberg
would you rather win?
replying with "send me location."
Oh,
It's
yes.
so fucking funny.
That is the most high school shit I've ever heard.
Send me
because I
location.
swear to God, did I write that on a piece of notebook paper one time?
Tell me
in
when
high
and where,
school?
bitch.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Let's go.
You know that I showed up for that fucking fight and that bitch didn't show up.
Oh,
and then she had
man.
the nerve to come back to school the
Yeah.
next day. I was like, oh hell no.
Yep. Everybody knows.
Hell to
Everybody-
nah.
And then we both got suspended because we were going to fight. I'm like, really?
You can't. Okay, you can't suspend for intention. I feel like that's
Apparently.
pretty.
Yeah,
fire.
that's some
You
Minority Report shit.
Yeah, that's thought crimes.
I do believe they were written down crimes.
Still. Okay, but to answer your question, I mean, listen, I don't want to live, we're living in a dystopia right now, and I don't really want to think about it, but if I had to pick,
Yeah.
if I had to pick,
Yeah.
I gotta go Zuck.
Yeah,
I
me
gotta
too.
go
Same.
Zuck. I can't.
Same.
I can't
Yeah.
go with the guy who's trying to make cisgender a hate
Oy vey.
word
Yeah,
on Twitter.
he
Fuck him.
is awful.
He's
he
the
is
worst.
awful. To have that much money, and thank God for TikTok letting me know this. And Cassie, I know I told you this early. That $1 billion, if you had it,
Wow.
and you spent $1 million a month, it would still take you 83.3 years to spend all that money.
Disgusting.
Elon Musk has $246 billion.
That makes me want to throw up. Like literally,
It's
I just like
disgusting.
had a jump in my chest. Like
He could solve world hunger and still have $240 billion
but instead
left.
he's shit posting on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like
It's
disgusting.
It's awful. Yeah, I would love to see him get his fucking ass beat.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love it. I
Even
would
if it
too.
is from Zuck,
And
who's
I hate it. Again, like I don't like fights. I don't like watching fights. I in general don't like watching people hurt each other, just in general. But
It's very Pisces energy.
well,
I
yeah.
love this. I love this about you.
me.
No,
I'm
this
like,
is why we're friends.
eat
I love
the
it.
rich. Like,
I know.
fuck all these trillionaires
That's very
that are
Capricorn of
going
you.
and
Yeah.
fucking do space stuff and fucking sub stuff and fuck them all.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I think that it's funny to me how resistant some people are about this, right? Like you talk about like, you know, it feels like a very liberal point of view to be like, eat the rich. But I'm like, I know a ton of Republicans who ain't rich. And the funniest thing I actually just saw on Twitter today, Twitter today, was somebody who was posting a Reddit thread, and it was just like they can't even see themselves saying what they're saying, because it's just like this person, it was like on a Republican thread, and the guy was like, I just don't know why I'm spending so much in taxes, and then why aren't the rich having to pay more taxes? And then he was like, I'm not a proponent of saying let's tax the rich, but I'm like, but aren't you though? I mean, aren't you just saying exactly that it's not equitable. It's not in any way, shape, or form.
No.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. The fact that like people who make less money than I do a year owe the government money at tax season is fucking insane.
Outrageous.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I had actually made a point because somebody had brought up, how many types of taxes they pay. And I was like, God, I remember when I lived in Ohio, I literally paid like a city tax, a township tax, a school tax. We paid a levy for the fire. And I lived in a fucking small town, and we were literally paying, I'm not kidding you, we had to send out like 4 or 5 different checks. I mean, this is when you wrote checks and shit, but like even up until like, I guess I moved, because there were certain taxes that you had to send a separate check to, because like RETA, it was like a regional township tax. It's just like, it's so ridiculous.
Dude, I just got not a new position, but basically like a raise, kind of a new position at my job.
Yeah.
And I'm making considerably more money. Like it was a big pay jump.
Brag.
And listen. And when I got my paycheck, I was like,
rich.
what the fuck? Because I was like, I feel like I should have gotten more like in my paycheck. And then I went and I looked at how much they took out in taxes. I was like, holy shit.
You leveled up.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Like, oh my God.
But that's the thing. You have to level up so up to not feel that pain.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, that's why it's that 1%. They don't fucking feel shit. They
No.
don't. And they're not getting taxed to that degree. And they're not.
And the laws don't apply to them and,
No.
and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
On and on and on.
bananas.
So I say on with the cage matches.
Yeah, let's do it.
I will watch the shit of it. There is no way Elon Musk will allow it to happen. I think Zuckerberg wants it to happen.
I think he does.
Fucking ret to jet.
He's probably lifting weights as we speak.
He is training. Fucking Eye of the Tiger is playing. He is, punching that punching bag. Like,
I love it. Listen, if they're going to exist, the least they
Offer
can
us
do
some
for
entertainment,
us
please.
is some fucking bread and circus. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm with you on it. So yeah, I guess. Would you rather?
I would rather Zuckerberg win.
Yeah,
that's
me too.
That's
Me too,
where
right. All three of us are
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. That was an easy.
That was
easiest. Would you rather you've?
Okay, who would you rather go on a date with?
I would rather spend 24 hours with Zuckerberg.
A full
Same.
24 hours. That's a long fucking date.
I'm just saying, like, if I had to split them up, that was how I was thinking in general. Like, who could I spend 24 hours with? Zuck. Easy. It's an easy. I could never fucking spend.
Yeah, you're right. I think I would. I think Zuckerberg would bore the absolute fuck out of me. But I'd rather be.
So that's fine.
I'd rather be bored than be like wanting to either throw a punch or throw up the whole
Yeah,
time, which I would if I was with Elon Musk.
I think that Zuckerberg is actually smart, and I think Elon is
insufferable,
a fucking
Not smart.
pretentious
Yeah.
asshole. Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. So
yeah. Zuckerberg just has,
he is a weird person.
Yeah,
he is
but also
odd.
I actually think that would be entertaining, if I'm honest. There's
I don't
something
know.
about that
I
that
saw
would be
him
entertaining. That
testify.
he's so weird. And that fucking hair.
You would have to help him out, dude. What's going on? Like the little Caesar.
The way I would never be able to look at him in the eyes, because I'd always be looking at his hairline. Like,
hair.
the fuck are you
the
doing?
micro bangs.
If we found out tomorrow that like you could like press a button or like squeeze his earlobe and his face opened up and it was a little alien controlling it, I literally would have no surprise.
Right. He has
None.
I have to say, he has the deadest eyes I've ever seen. Like the deadest eyes I have ever seen.
Yes.
It is so weird. It's
it's
shark
alien.
eyes. Yeah, it is. It doesn't seem
Can
right.
I keep seeing stuff like, have we all acknowledged that like aliens are real and we're just going about like living our lives? Have you guys seen any of
we're
that
not
stuff?
gonna acknowledge that.
I'm willing to acknowledge it. Cassie is very afraid of aliens.
I don't
did you
like it.
miss my tainted love? We know they're real. Okay?
Yeah.
They come down. They fuck people in fields.
But I'm like, this is the year that we're having. Aliens are real.
Yeah.
It's cage matches between billionaires.
No, whoever is controlling
Orcas.
our simulation, orcas are fucking
Listen, pro orca.
eat the rich orcas,
Yes.
anti-capitalist
I love
orcas.
Yes.
Love it.
It is whoever is. It does feel like
Christina
we are
had the Tamagotchi
on-
theory, and I love this for us.
Yeah. So I had a Tamagotchi
I
when
did
I was
too.
younger.
Yeah.
And I did not do my best.
Oh no.
And
Yeah.
I really do feel like
They were
this
kinda
is
hard to keep alive.
karmic coming around. Like somebody has left us like a fucking Tamagotchi. And
Yeah,
We're
this
Sims.
is what's happening.
We're somebody's Sims.
That's exactly what I was saying. Is like or thinking like I don't even think it's that we've just been left to our own devices. I think it's actively people trying to destroy us. Like, have you ever seen those live streams of people who are like doing everything they
weird
can to
shit to
kill their
Sims?
Sims? Like
Yeah.
they're putting them in the pool and then removing the ladder and then they can't get out and they just like die in there. Like things like that. And people watch them. They get on live streams and they watch
That's
people
creepy.
torturing
That's
their
weird.
Sims. And that is what's happening to us. They're
Yeah.
like, what weird shit can we do?
Yeah.
Like, let's make the orcas fucking go after billionaire yachts. Let's do that. Which
I don't like that one.
I love it. Yeah.
I like that one. If I was doing a Sims, I would also have the orcas go
Yeah.
after the billionaires.
it's
So-
wild times out here. Things are it's insane.
And meanwhile, people are still out here trying to date. So
Meanwhile,
welcome to this Shorty
Voluntarily exposing themselves to other humans.
Yeah.
Like
Oy.
strangers
Yeah.
at that.
dating. Yeah.
Yikes on bike.
Yeah, what a fucking weird opening. We're sorry, everybody. Are we? No.
No.
No, welcome.
Not at all. Let's hop into some stories, shall
Yeah,
we?
do it.
Let's do it. Okay, I can go first.
Okay.
This one just makes me laugh. Worst and weirdest. I still can't figure this one out. This girl I met in class had been talking to me for a few weeks, and I found out she had an annual pass to Disneyland as well.
Nice.
Oh, God, I missed that annual pass. So we made plans to go out one night, and the entire time we're there, it's as if she's trying to escape. I mean, she's running away from me.
What the fuck?
Every ride we go on, I have to chase her to. I ask her what's going on, and she tells me she just always runs.
Okay.
What? Bitch, don't go to Disneyland with me and make me chase you like a goddamn squirrel.
What the fuck? And also, okay, I'll just do my own thing, I guess.
It's so fucking
Like,
weird. Like, just like running. I'm a fast walker. I'm a fast
Yeah.
mover. But
Yeah.
I'm just like
That's
running.
That's ridiculous.
sprinting.
I know that you have to remember, like back when we were like
God,
in
this is a
7th
shame.
grade or something.
I was like, I didn't know you in 7th grade.
No,
I was
we
like,
didn't.
Okay.
But you have got to remember that Wyandotte Lake
Oh.
was the spot.
Wyandotte was the spot.
We used to hang out. So it's like a water
Zoombezi
park.
Bay now.
Yeah, it's Zoombezi Bay. But
Your
it used
parents would fucking drop you off because it was
Yeah.
the early 90s.
Yeah.
to be
the 90s.
by yourself at a theme park.
Yeah.
And there'd be just hordes
Teen-
of
just
7th,
teenagers.
7th graders.
Yep.
Oh, I remember.
Disgusting.
Making out behind.
You see, this
Pissing
is
in the
why
pool.
I don't trust water parks
No,
to this
you
day
can't.
because I'm just like the
can't.
shit that goes down in water, like,
Yeah.
Oh.
and it's always like grubby little fucking middle schoolers, and I'm like, no,
stink.
disgusting.
Just,
Yeah,
the
don't
worst.
shower, you know,
Yeah.
and then they're getting in the fucking lazy
way-
river with me.
Okay.
No,
Well, this has to be discussed because I was talking to Christina on the way here. And if we're going to discuss being like teenagers and children during the 80s, 90s period, you have to discuss like how I was telling Christina, I watched the video for She Works Hard for the Money, right? The Donna Summer classic.
amazing.
She works hard for the money.
gotta
That
love
movie?
Donna
Yeah.
Summer.
And the video is literally this mom just, working her face off.
Yeah.
And these kids that she comes home to, which by the way, not a fucking other parent in sight. She comes home
course.
to 2 kids who are like fighting. I'm like, but they've been left at home all day by
Yeah.
themselves. But
Yeah.
bitch works hard for her money.
They don't know how to regulate, self-regulate.
Crying because she gave up her career in dancing to be a mom.
Oh.
I'm like,
That's dark.
it's very 80s. It's just, it really is. Like, it was our parents
We
being
were
like, I work fucking hard for
Abandoned.
you. Abandoned.
I was not allowed to come inside all summer, pretty much.
Oh,
you just
never.
like, you go outside.
Come back
and-
when
come
it's
back when
dark.
the lights
was
come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. But don't come back in the house.
No. I'm like, oh, What?
Well, I was allowed to go back.
only.
I was allowed to go back in the house, but it couldn't be. I used to get yelled at for in out. Like
Yes.
they were like
yeah.
they were
Yes.
like you can't
or
keep
out.
going in and out. Like
Yeah.
they're like all the air conditioning is. I grew up in Vegas, so it was like every time you walk in this house.
Got my electric bill sky.
Yeah, they're like.
Just fucking drinking from hoses.
Yes.
Fucking wandering
That's
the
why we have
neighborhood.
strong immune systems.
Absolutely
To this day.
abandoned children. But then they had the nerve to be like, we work hard for our money. But you do. But fucking Christ. Why
am I here?
Why are you mad at me?
I didn't choose to be here. I didn't ask you to bring me into this
Listen,
world.
I was adopted. You made a
actively chose.
decision.
Yeah.
You made a decision, bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. So,
Anyway.
All right. All right. Now we're done. All right. Went on a date from Tinder.
This episode's unhinged. Like it's truly off the rails.
We're yeah.
Oh my
man.
God.
Went on a date from Tinder, and halfway through the coffee date, she pulls out a Herbalife
Of course.
Herbalife samples and tries to get me to buy them. And if I wanted to, I could also start selling Herbalife.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
She's just got to offload it. I've seen that LuLaRoe documentary. Like they're just like, please let me move this product. I have to get it out of my
so
garage.
Scary, man. The predatory nature of these companies.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I went to a sales pitch and bought the coffee.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Just
no.
bye.
Yeah. Listen, that's been me. I hosted an Arbonne party at my house.
Dude, I
once
was stalked
for a friend because they asked me and I had a real problem saying no to people.
Yeah.
I wasn't even a close friend.
I did go to a Mary Kay party once.
Yeah.
I remember Tupperware parties back in the day when I was a kid. That was the
Yeah.
shit.
I was so poor and I could not say no or whatever at the time either. And I had somebody very pushy. Like I ended up spending $300 on
Oh
Arbonne.
my God.
Yeah.
I did buy a
And then I was, like,
$70 cream. Yeah.
We need to talk about your bachelorette party. Not current, but the last one. Because that was kind of an MLM too.
What?
Yeah. The
Your
sex,
bachelorette
the
party?
sex toys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the beginning half of her bachelorette party was like a sex toy party, which is fine. I don't
is
give a
fun.
shit. Which is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun. But it's definitely an MLM.
Yeah.
Right?
If they're trying to
it
sell you shit, yeah.
They were like, they were like telling us all the key features and benefits of all these things. And I was just like
Yeah.
passing around that paper form to like
Oh my
buy
God.
shit. It
No.
was just- that was funny.
No,
Yeah.
I
It was still
immediately.
fun. I mean, we had fun.
If
but
you
it
go
was just-
to one of these things and you give your number out, you have to like when they text you, and they will block immediately
Block.
because
Yeah.
they will fucking never let you go. And I am the type of personality who will do that. I will buy shit.
Yeah.
I bought stuff at the Arbonne party that I allowed to be hosted at my house. Having it hosted at my house should have been my contribution. Like
Yeah.
I'm done. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh my God. That's
but you
so-
do feel guilty.
You do.
It's weird.
They really pressure you. It's why I'm not allowed to go to timeshare talks anymore.
Oh no.
I
Absolutely
can't
fucking
do it
not.
because like
No.
I can't.
I know me. I'm saying
No, because they spend like 2 hours. The last time I went to a timeshare thing, he showed me childhood pictures of himself.
Yeah, that
like
tracks.
I got to know everything about this man. I felt
No.
so bad.
Dude, when I went to Vegas for a podcasting conference earlier this year, like, you know, like you'll walk through the mall things that they have or whatever. No one ever talks to me. My RBF is strong. No one looks me in the eye. Nobody approaches me.
Lucky you.
But the person that I was with, my coworker,
Oh, she
or
has
whatever,
such
she
a
is
sunny
such
disposition.
So
Yeah.
just an invitation.
Yeah.
she ended up buying like a $200 cream
Oh my
or
God,
something.
sweetie.
I was like, honey,
You gotta eyes to the ground,
No.
eyes to the ground. Because people always try
No
to
eye
stop me
contact.
in malls. You gotta have
Never.
fucking blinders on, down, down.
Yep.
Don't look at anybody.
I
Because if I stop,
I've
it's
never
over.
seen Christina get had, but one time.
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
she was physically forced. That was
Yeah.
assault.
You got assaulted.
Yes.
Straight up assaulted.
Yeah. Okay, here's my story. 2014, matched with a girl on Tinder in my hometown during the summer while I was clerking at a law firm. She seemed pretty cool, very nice while we chatted. When we met and she saw me, she got really aggressive, kept steering the conversation towards sex, told me she was on birth control, opened her purse, took the pills out in front of me, and took one while we were at the coffee shop.
That's not how it
was
works.
super
That's
jarring.
fucking weird.
That's not how
I
it
kept
works.
trying to leave, but she wouldn't let me. She ended up getting drunk at a bar she wanted to go to and vomited on me when I tried to help her
Ay,
into
ay.
her friend's
What's
car.
her deal?
She then sent me nude photos for a week after that until I blocked her.
What is that?
Wow.
What do you think that is? What do you think's going on there?
Sexual addiction?
That's
maybe.
Yeah, that's too much.
Because that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's Yeah, you usually don't hear
know.
about it from the other way around.
I think that
it's very forward.
There is okay. I think I can psychoanalyze this as somebody who came from a really shitty past. I think that sometimes you can easily start to equate sex with love. And then when you're in a place where you're just really needy for love, you're like, you can kind of push yourself on people in that way because then you're just like, this will mean that person likes me. This person wants to be with me.
Right.
You know, like
I can see that.
Yeah.
For me, I guess I don't feel that as much if you're being the one who's like aggressive. Like if somebody, because of course it feels good like when somebody
I
like,
was.
wants
I can just speak from my own personal behaviors that when I was in my 20s, I definitely was, if I lead with sex, if I lead with this thing, I will be more not just attractive to the opposite sex, but more desirable and people will want to love me and want to be around me.
I was like that in my early 20s
Needy.
too. Yeah, for sure. Definitely getting the lines crossed between sex and love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a great place to be.
No, it's not. Leave it behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's really short. Walked into a guy's house and heard his mom yell out, "Guy, who is that? I told you I don't want no more girls in here." Turned around and walked out.
All right. I'm out.
Who is that? I told you I don't want no more girls in here.
Goodbye.
All right,
See ya.
well, see you later.
We're done.
This is on the same page as the last one. Came from a totally different space too, so it's very funny. After I ordered my coffee, he immediately asked me if I'd watch a quick video on his laptop while I waited. It was a 12-minute long video about MLM Vacation Club.
Okay.
That was totally not a pyramid scheme.
While you wait for what?
I don't know.
Was he going to go take a shower or something?
Be right back. Enjoy your coffee. Just want
Yeah,
you
like
to watch
that's
this
so
little
weird.
video.
No.
Good date.
12 minutes.
12
That's
minutes.
so long.
It's so
too.
long. If you left me alone for 12 minutes with a video, I'd get up and leave, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they left them alone.
No, but
That's even
that's
weirder.
even weirder.
Yeah.
Then you're like watching them watch a video. Oh, no. No, I
want you
hate
to watch
that.
this video. Just use
I
them
hate it.
looking at you watching the
Very intense eye contact.
I hate it. No. Oh, my gosh. Okay. So this person says, so I have a few, but the best one hands down has got to be from my college days. There was this cute guy in one of my classes, and we'd always talk and flirt. Finally, one day, he asked me to have lunch with him. I agree, and so we leave campus together in his car. He tells me he has to stop by his house first and make sure that his brother was able to get in. When we arrive, I really have to pee, so I ask him if I could use his bathroom. Now, this day happens to be during one of my feminine days of the month. And I had run out of tampons and was using a maxi pad. I proceed to use his toilet, and it looks like somebody was murdered in that bowl.
Yeah.
I go to flush, and nothing happens.
No.
Oh, no.
All I could think was, seriously,
Oh, I'm
this
sweating.
is not
Panic.
happening.
No.
I open the tank of the toilet to try and get it to flush that way, and there's no water in it.
No.
I close the lid to the bowl, step into the hallway, and ask, how do I flush the toilet? To which he says, oh, don't worry about it. We'll flush it tonight. We got to bring in a jug of water to get it to flush.
I'm sorry. Go get me a pitcher immediately.
Nothing
Yeah.
I could do. I was going to leave what looked like an abortion in this boy's toilet. And I couldn't even imagine his horror when he discovered it later that night. Needless to say, after that day, we never spoke to one another again.
You know what? You can't fucking
Listen.
help that. And like when you're wearing pads,
Yeah.
like
different.
it is different. Like because I used to wear like tampons pretty much exclusively. Now, unless I'm going like out or whatever, if I'm
Same.
at home, I'm like wearing pads because it just feels less
Yeah,
or
I have
painful.
the period underwear. I just fucking
Yeah.
free bleed, and it's helped
Love.
my cramps so
It-
much.
it is better.
So
And so, but it is different. Like, because
Yeah.
you know, it's just it all comes
Yeah.
out when
Yep.
you go to the bathroom, and
Yeah.
it does. It looks like a crime scene.
Yeah.
It can. And I'm just like, listen, man,
Listen.
we don't want to fucking deal with this either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladies bleed. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's
Yeah.
called a period.
It's menstruation.
Yeah.
We also don't like it. Okay. Okay. This one is not funny, but it brings up interesting conversation. When I was 16, I used to hang out with my friend at her older cousin's house, and a bunch of guys in their 20s always hung out there.
Don't like
Well,
that. Already hate it.
She started dating one of them and wanted me to go on a double date with them and his friend. I kept saying no, but finally caved. Sounds like 16.
Yep.
We went to a drive-in movie. My friend and her boyfriend started having sex in the front seat.
No.
Have you guys ever had sex in a movie theater?
No, not in a movie
It's a drive-in.
theater.
Oh, it's a drive-in. Oh no. That's even worse for your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's
because you're
awful.
stuck,
Like,
in,
you're
a
stuck in a
car.
car.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And never come back.
No.
No, I'm gonna go get some popcorn.
No,
Beep
no.
boop boop. Call my mom. Come pick me up.
911. No.
Yeah. The guy I was with
I
tried.
love that
putting-
you thought it was a theater, though. Sorry.
no, but people do have sex in movie theaters,
And
which I also am like, guys.
I've always joked if I ever go see a movie and the movie theater is empty, I'm like, oh, I'll give you a blowy, you know, that
If
kind of
it's
thing. But it's
empty-
never happened.
Yeah, if it's
And
empty,
that's as
maybe-
far as I would
And I
go.
gotta be honest, don't you think they have cameras in there?
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
But also, it's just movie theaters are so fucking gross.
It's
Yeah,
disgusting.
also
What
that.
you're gonna do? Blowjob and then have like sticky knees from fucking like
I'm gonna
soda.
get out, like,
leaning
floor?
over. I'm not going
Yeah.
to get on the floor.
What are you talking about?
Leaning over is so uncomfortable though.
I mean,
I'd much rather be uncomfortable than sticky
Yeah,
knees.
yeah,
crick
I'm
in
not
your neck?
putting. I'm not putting my knees on the fucking
No.
movie theater floor.
No,
It's
no,
pretty
no, no.
gross.
It
You
is
gotta go
pretty
to the ones where the seat thing, the arm moves up.
yeah,
Yeah.
leaning over the armrest.
No, yeah, you could get one of those armrest
Horrifying.
moves.
No.
Anyway, the guy I was with tried putting his hand between my legs,
No, thank
and
you.
I closed my legs so hard. He told my friend
hand
later
fell off.
that I bruised his hand.
Good.
I somehow lived through this and made it home safely. My friend called me the next day and said this guy liked me so much he wanted to marry me.
Okay.
Ugh,
He was
no.
10 years older than I was. So he's 26.
26, 16. Hate it.
Fuck you.
I stopped going to the cousin's house because I was
Yeah.
scared. And as I grew older, I realized how messed up the whole thing was on so many levels.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just that, unfortunately, I know we talk about it semi-frequently, but I think it bears repeating as many times as it comes up because it is unfortunately so fucking common. Every girl, every teenage girl, I can easily say that the most attention I ever got was when I was in my late teens.
Yeah.
The most attention.
16, 17 years
Yeah.
old. Yeah.
Yeah, I
For sure.
ever got from full-grown fucking men.
Yep.
So just, it's icky.
Gross.
Yikes. Well, on a totally different note, I literally had a guy lean in to kiss me and shit his pants. Oh, he was like, it feels really warm in my underwear for some reason.
Why would he say anything? Why would you?
And I could smell.
Why would you out yourself like that?
And I could smell what seemed to be a baby
No.
diaper. He ran into the bathroom and said he had to be freeballing for the rest of the night.
The night is over. What are you talking about? Go home. We're done. Disgusting. How did that happen? How did it happen?
Leaned over. It made me think of the
No.
fart that
No.
you had.
No,
Oh my God.
I know. Listen, forever, deep in my soul.
I know.
It lives.
It lives in mine too.
Yeah,
It's
Cassie leaned over
wonderful.
and farted on somebody. In case the
don't wanna-
listeners are wondering, we don't need to go into details. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to
And
know.
it wasn't
God.
it wasn't like a quiet, silent but deadly. It was a literal. It's like, why?
Maybe that's what happened to this guy too, and then just like
And
stuff
it
came
why?
out.
Oh my God. Oh
Why?
my God. She said it smelled like a baby diaper. No. Okay. All right.
Bodies are
I
weird.
hate my life.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up here. Okay. I went out on an eHarmony date to a high-end bar with a huge beer selection. She shows up and I instantly realized I should have asked for a full body picture. Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
She proceeded to drink 7 Miller Lights, then told me the reason she didn't want to be single anymore was because she missed having someone pop zits on her back.
Oh.
Look, it is helpful to have somebody who's willing to do that for you, but you don't come out the gate on a first date telling people that shit. You keep it locked down.
Needless to say, this was the first and last date we had. No zit popping for me. Oh,
Go
my
get a back. You can
God.
pay someone to do
Honey,
that, you know.
Get a fucking back facial.
Yeah, you can pay someone to do that.
Dude, Eric had a zit on his back one time and he wanted me to pop it. I said, absolutely not. So it got bigger. And
it was
bigger,
a fucking boil.
And bigger. And he finally popped it. I have never seen, like, what in the fucking quado came out of his fucking back. It was the most, like, I don't do Dr. Pimple Popper.
No, thank you.
I don't like any of that stuff.
No,
I fucking hate it. I have never in my fucking life seen anything like this.
No, here's the thing. I like watching that shit. I don't want him to call me. I still don't want him to call me. Like, I'm like, you do that for someone you love. Like, you do. I'm sorry, Eric. I can't do it for you. I can't do it for you. Like, I can't come over.
I love him. I love him so much, and I'm not. I'm like, no. You go pay somebody to take care of that. Like that ain't me.
I'm also not big on things like, even when I'm watching Dr. Pimple Popper, I'm more of like a blackhead girl. Like, I am not really into
nothing
watching
you have to lance
some stuff oozing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not an oozer, right?
Oh my God. Okay.
I will say the one thing that I am into, though, on TikTok is the earwax videos. That is satisfying to me. Taking a big thing of wax out of someone's ear.
I'm with you. Yeah.
This was the strangest episode I think we've ever had. I think we need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
If you have stories, be they short or long, about popping zits,
no, please don't send those. Don't send those.
Your opinion on cage match billionaires.
Yes. Yeah. Please go to our one-stop shop website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com, and we love you so much. Cheers.
This is a Glass Box Media Podcast.